them $400,000 travel to Detroit. When you talk about the Celebration Bowl, one thing is unique. You heard last year they got the deal with Delta actually flew the teams in there to Atlanta, and that was at no cost to the teams. So you didn't have to worry about that type of cost where you see it doing $400K for Detroit. And so some interesting things there when you think about it. But this is really it was interesting when I seen this when you talk about these payouts. Because a lot of folks talk about $1 million, $2, $3 million payouts for these bowls. One thing people don't realize, a lot of times these bowls, the bigger number in there, but they'll charge you as you see for your travel, your hotel stay, food and things of that nature while you in there. They'll also charge you for the band in terms of the band and who you bring in there. They'll charge you a ticket price for the band members in the stand. And so the payout for the Quick Lane Bowl was $150K. Yeah, let me say that again. The payout for that bowl game was $150K, and which is why you see the fact that they were encouraging their fans to buy tickets, because this is where it can get a little benefit to the team. New Mexico State athletic director was quoted saying that the university will retain 100% of the revenue from the first 2,000 tickets it sells, 50% of the next 2,000 tickets, which by New Mexico wants its fan base to purchase all of these tickets, because if they did, they could recoup $420K in terms of what that means. So just to give you some indications of what's out there and why you really need to look at the contracts, or at least get some more information of some generalities of these various bowl games to get an understanding of what that looks like. So just on the surface, I'll go to you, Charles. What are your thoughts in terms of what that looks like when you see, especially some of these small bowls, in terms of what they bring to the table when you compare? Because a lot of folks would instantly go to the larger bowl games and say, hey, they're paying out this. And just so one of the things we always like to talk about only is the business side. So you see some of the numbers that go out there and get an understanding what that looks like. What are your thoughts?
Tremendously enlightening to really find out some of the ancillary costs. I think that those are things that you almost oftentimes take for granted, Dr. Gill, that you know, those the charging for the band and things of that nature. So you never sort of calculate those into what goes into the bigger picture. But it's fascinating to see the numbers finally, you know, out there for all of us to really grasp and understand, you know, what a jewel that you have within the Celebration Bowl, I think.
Yeah, and you see the numbers continue to move up, which always helps both in terms of attendance and the ratings, which is more powerful. So when you sit back in the table, it gives you a chance to continue to push for bigger payouts. Mike, what are your thoughts in terms of just getting a different framework of what the bowl landscape, how varied it can be at the time?
You often wonder, you know, you look at all of the activities that take place, and then you look at, you know, who's transporting the group here, who's transporting the group here, who's paying for this dinner, who's providing gift baskets for the team. Those are all costs that are buried underneath the umbrella of the bowl costs. So, and you take that into consideration, and then you wonder, does the bowl game have the sustainability of growth and volume over the course of 3 to 5 years to kind of, you know, eat a lot of those ancillary costs down, you know, such as transport.
Hey, and welcome back to the Knox Windham Gymnasium on the campus of Miles College. At the half, Miles leads 36-27. We want to thank you for joining us for SIAC basketball. It's Mo Carter, it's Nick Finch, and man, Nick, we saw quite the comeback by Miles in the first half.
Yeah, it looked like all those inside shots not falling was going to come back and get them. Then we saw an 8-0 run from Miles. Then, you know, Central State came back, scored a couple more points, and then Miles ended the quarter on a 9-0 run. So a span of basically 17 points scored with little response from Central.
And when it comes to Miles, the catalyst, the leading scorer, and Maya Harris. She basically took the wind out of Central State's sail at the end of the first half with her crossover, step back, pull up three, which was good, and she was fouled in that process.
You know, the funny thing is we were talking about how her shot wasn't falling, and on top of that, how at one point Unique McKinney was the leading scorer. You said, just watch, we'll see Harris take it over eventually. I was like, hey, I was thinking to myself, maybe we won't see that. And then I'm glad I didn't say it out loud because I look really stupid right now.
You're all good, man. You are all good. So taking a look at just overall stats, we talk about how well some people are shooting the ball, but overall, neither one of these teams are shooting the ball well. If we take a look at Miles, they're 13 of 42 from the field for only 37%. Central State, no better. 10 for 27 for only 37%. Now, from the three-point range, it's a different story. Central State, they've made 3 of 5 for 60%, while Miles is 2 of 5 for 40%. From the free throw line, it's just about even. Miles 8 for 9, while Central State is 4 of 6. Miles is definitely dominating on the glass. 28 rebounds to Central State's 19, including 13 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make. We talk about how bad the shooting percentage looks from Miles, but you still have to feel good about it. The fact that most of those bad shots have come from the fact they've been offensive rebound missed putbacks.
Yes, it is. So, we're getting ready to start this third quarter, and there's the buzzer. So, yeah, we're definitely getting ready to start the third quarter here between Miles and Central State. We want to thank everybody who's joining us here tonight on HBCU League Pass Plus. We got the whole crew inside making some things happen so you can enjoy watching HBCU basketball from Fairfield, Alabama. We even got the boss man, Roy Evans, on the ones and twos if we were doing some sort of DJ shout out, as Lola Chambers is left wide open in the paint, and she scores the first points of the second half. Definitely the Miles Lady Golden Bears defense was caught sleeping on that one.
Yeah, I don't think they expected Lola to get the first look, but she gets it to go.
Here's Amani Williams going inside to Tadaria Ashley. Ashley dishes off to Greer. Greer misses. Here's a putback by Tadaria Ashley, and she is able to score.
And that's what we talked about the first time. It hurts the percentage to miss the first shot, but you get the offensive rebound. The putback is good this time.
A little stat pattern, right?
Right.
Here come the Lady Marauders. On the other end is a jump ball as Kayla Nash was trying to drive inside, but she gets tied up. Ball will go over to the Lady Golden Bears.
That's a better defensive possession for the Golden Bears.
So one thing we want to tell all the fans tonight who are not here in person, it is Greek night this evening on the campus of Miles College. We are seeing a lot of members of the Divine Nine in the house this evening. Probably during the men's game, probably get a chance to see them stroll a little bit. And as they do that, we'll probably let you know a little information about some of these Greek letter organizations that are here on campus. Here's the other end. Here's Nash. She tries to drive, but her shot's off the mark. And Harris, she's got the rebound. She will dump it off to Slayton for three. Hits the front iron, off the mark. There's a scramble for the ball. It will remain with the Lady Golden Bears.
I don't know about that one. I thought Greer was the last one to touch it, but I guess if you're a Miles fan, you're not going to complain about the call.
Not at all. Checking out of the game right now, Tadaria Ashley Madison Lee will check back into the game. Madison Lee, 6'1" freshman from out of Statesboro, Georgia. So she's got a bright future in front of her if she keeps playing the way that she does. Here's Amaya Harris running the offense now. Her team up 38-29, being guarded closely by number 22, Sierra Hardy. Here's Monty Williams now with the rock. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Falia Greer's got the ball now. Dishes inside to Madison Lee. Lee's got to get it off, and they do not. Shot clock violation.
No, the sad part is when a shot clock violation happens and you're the player that gets the ball with about 2 seconds to spare, you're the one that gets credit for the turnover, even though Greer did all she could to get that shot off for a good look.
I mean, Madison Lee was too far under the goal to even put something up, so she had no choice but to kick it out. Speaking of kickouts, here's Nash. Her shot is off the mark. There's a rebound that goes to Greer on that one.
Chambers got up fast. I thought the Golden Bears were going to have numbers.
Yes, she did. All right, here comes Diamond Phillips now Phillips on the fast break, goes under the defender. However, she misses the shot. Imani Williams pushing the break now. They've got numbers. She throws it up to Madison Lee, and Lee will score on the layup.
Good work once again in transition. If you get into a track meet with Miles, you're going to lose if you're Central. You have to control the ball.
40-29. And Coach Kathy Parsons wants a timeout.
Since it's the first call timeout, it'll be a media here.
All right, so we'll take a break with them. 40-29 is your score. You're watching SIAC basketball on HBCU League Pass Plus.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado. With a sophisticated high-tech interior,
Open the door.
it's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was. Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Hey, welcome back to Knox Windham Gymnasium. There you see head coach Pete Asman following the timeout from the Lady Marauders. Asman's team on top, 40-29. Central State trying to do something now. They have fallen behind the wayside. Lola Chambers going up, and she misses the shot, but she will score. She will have an opportunity to possibly score either one or two from the free throw line.
And Chambers lost their balance, and she got mad at everybody else because she was falling.
Exactly, and Falia Greer actually caught her to prevent her from hitting the floor, and she still appeared to be mad. I understand, emotions will run from time to time, but understand certain things happen. The foul was on Imani Williams. Lola Chambers at the line. She's a 67% free throw shooter. Here comes a second free throw attempt. It's also off the mark. Rebound goes to Madison Lee. She'll get it up to Maya Harris. Harris trying to run away from everybody. She'll go inside to Imani Williams. Williams throws it to Slayton, but it goes off her fingertips and out of bounds.
And that was an inadvertent shot to the face. Sierra Hardy caught a shot to the face on accident.
Oh, man, I missed that part.
Yeah.
I missed that part. I was focused on Williams just walking over to Slayton saying, hey, my bad, I got you the next time.
And Slayton put her wrist in the face of Hardy there. I mean, obviously not on purpose. But
no, not at all.
You have to be careful with that because as hard as she came across to hit her in the face, you have to worry about some type of head injury. I don't want to speculate that anything's happened. I'm just saying that's just one of those things you have to keep an eye out for.
Diamond Phyllis' three-pointer well off the mark. Goes out of bounds. Ball will remain with the Lady Marauders. As we mentioned earlier, everyone, it is Greek night this evening on the campus of Miles College. A lot of representation of the Divine Nine. We'll talk about them more during the men's game coming up later on. Here, Lady Marauders, they're trying to get it out to Lola Chambers. Chambers not comfortable in the paint. She tosses it back out. Now she's trying to get the ball inside. She turns around, goes off glass, still misses the shot. Rebound goes to Falia Greer. That Chambers versus Randall matchup will continue to be interesting. Falia Greer for three, and she is money from downtown Fairfield, Alabama.
Greer nailed it. Big shot. I know to push that Miles lead, I think to his largest point of the night.
14-point lead now, 43-29 is your score. Approaching the 6-minute mark in the third quarter. Chance of defense can be heard now inside of Knox Windham Gymnasium. Here's Phillips, gets it over to Chambers. Chambers at the high post right now. They will swing it around. Here's a three-point attempt by Central State. That is also off the mark. Nariah Slayton running the fast break, gets to Madison Lee, and Madison Lee scores again. Those fast break points are coming up big for Miles. Here's an interception stolen by Greer. Greer's going to take it all the way up. Oh, and before it's for the travel on her pump fake.
That's the right call. She shuffled her feet, then did the pump fake, got called for the travel. You hate to see it, but that is the case. Again, the transition game, as strong as Chambers is inside, she can't keep up in the break with Lee.
Not at all. Here's the Lady Marauders trying to get something going. Here's a shot that goes up, and it is good by Nash.
That's good work on the inside by Nash to get around Randall. It's always fun to see when the smaller offensive player finds a way around the taller defender.
Here's Greer. Thought about the three instead. Gets it over to Harris. Harris with a crossover. She'll pull up for three, and it's good. Reminiscent of what happened at the end of the first half. Only difference is she didn't get fouled to complete a 4-point play. She still gets the three-pointer. On the other end, though, Abigail Peterson will be hacked, and she'll head to the line.
Maybe I'm a little biased, but I felt like it was all ball.
All right, we've got another timeout on the floor, so let's take it with them. 48-31 as we go to the break. Let's take a look at that three-pointer from Amaya Harris. She's just money from downtown Fairfield. We'll be right back.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza the Hut.
Community, and welcome back. Knox Windham Gymnasium is your location, everybody, for tonight's game between Miles and Central State. At the line are the Lady Marauders.
It's like Terry's at the line.
Yes, Lauren Terry out. Yes, I can see the number 5 now. Just, the ponytail was covering it up. I couldn't see if it was 1-5 or just 5, and Terry is able to knock down both free throws on the sequence.
1-5 or the regular 5. I got you.
48-33 is your score. Here's Harris. Thought about the 3, instead takes it to the rack, but she misses the shot. There's a scramble for the ball, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Miles. I thought Lola Chambers may have got a finger on it as she was going out, but she did not. So ball goes back over to the Lady Marauders. Now Chambers with the ball, and she throws it away. Here's Unique McKinney up ahead of everybody. Great play, though, by the Lady Marauders as it gets knocked out of the hands.
That was good hustle by Diamond Phillips. And then, on the other side, McKinney has to be a little bit more aware of the situation and try to get that pass over to Ashley a little bit more quickly.
Unique McKinney throws it inside to Amaya Harris. Here's Harris being guarded closely by Abigail Peterson. She'll swing it over to Slayton, back over to Harris. Going inside to Daria Ashley. Her turnaround jumper off the mark. Rebound, though, is successful, but the putback is off the mark. Here's another putback, and this is on the mark by number 3, Unique McKinney.
Ooh-wee. Look at this movement here by Hardy.
Kayla Nash.
Sorry.
Yo, you good? Kayla Nash tries to throw the ball across the way to Diamond Phillips. A little too high for her. Goes into the stands. Ball will go over to Miles.
Nash was doing a good job working her defender. Couldn't get as free as she wanted to. So good defensive work by Ashley to stay in front of Nash.
Getting ready to check into the game will be Sierra Hardy for Central State on the next dead ball. And inside is Harris to Ashley.
I'm going to tell you something. Ashley and Nash have been playing each other very hard in this one. So, a great effort from both ladies right now. Ashley getting the better of the matchup.
Here's the double team, and Coach Kathy Parsons is forced to call a timeout, but we're going to keep it right here.
I was going to say, I imagine this would be a 30-second. I didn't mean to interrupt you, yeah.
Oh, you're fine, man. You are fine. 3:21 to go here in the third quarter. Your score, Miles 52, Central State 33. Let's give you an update on some of these stats now. Individually wise, Central State, their leading scorer is Kayla Nash with 9 points, followed by Diamond Phillips. She knocked down those back-to-back threes, but she hasn't done much ever since. On the other end, no surprise here. Now, Amaya Harris, 14 points, but how about Madison Lee coming through with 12 points to Daria Ashley? She's got 8 along with Unique McKinney.
I'm telling you, Madison Lee's going to quietly have a great game. She's got all these points in transition. If as long as the Golden Bears continue to force turnovers, Lee has a chance to end up with close to 20 points. She's almost there now with 12.
And also check this out. Madison Lee has 9 rebounds as well. So one more rebound. She's got a double-double. Here's Peterson. She's got the rock. Gets it over to Lola Chambers. And Chambers loses the ball. Good defensive play by Tadaria Ashley. Ball into the hands of Amaya Harris. Harris wants to get it over to Slayton. She does. Gets it over to Unique McKinney. 21 seconds to go on the shot clock. Back into the hands of Harris. She comes off the double screen. Being guarded closely by Peterson. Harris now has the ball into the hands of Ashley. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Ashley will drive it to the basket. She'll miss off the glass, but she was fouled on the play, and she'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm glad Ashley and I were thinking one of the same. She had the matchup in her favor as far as the speed advantage on Chambers, and she took full advantage of that, drove to the basket, and drew the foul off of Chambers.
Now, Ashley is not the best free throw shooter on this team. Only 47% on the year. She looks to change that and extend her team's lead. 52-33 is your score with 2:49 to go. You're watching HBCU basketball via the SIAC here on HBCU League Pass Plus.
So Maros is a little bit quicker on her feet than Chambers. So right now is a matchup opportunity in favor of Central. You have the bigger, and why I say a little bit more nimble, I'm talking about offensively and then defensively in half-court sets. Transition is going to be a problem for Central no matter who the center is right now, because the bigs for Miles are just faster. There's nothing that's not going to change tonight. But what Central has to do is be able to control the ball from being in transition, and Maros is better in the half-court to keep that from being an issue for the Marauders.
Actually, with the first free throw, it's up and it's good. You talk about Morrow. She actually got off to a good start. She got 4 quick points in the paint, but we really hadn't seen much from her since that early portion of the fourth quarter, as Ashley will miss the second free throw attempt on the other end. A ball is deflected into the hands of Amaya Harris. Harris will throw it over to Unique McKinney. Her shot from the baseline is off the mark. Rebound back over to Slayton. Back into the hands of Harris. Harris will throw it over to Ashley. Unique McKinney now has the ball. McKinney will drive, gets it to Ashley. Ashley tries to go up. Her shot's off the mark. Rebound goes to Nash, and we got a foul on the floor.
You would like to see Ashley make one more pass to Randall right there. She had a great angle at it, just didn't get the pass.
Sometimes it's always good to make that extra pass. Unfortunately, that situation did not happen in the favor of Miles. That results in a foul and a turnover.
I'm going to tell you what Ashley's been thinking. She's like, I've had so many shots so close and just missing. I got to make up for them.
Speaking of close shots, Hardy misses the close range jumper right here, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Golden Bears. Substitutions coming into the game now. For Miles, checking back in will be Falia Greer and also Kelly Finkley. They'll replace Harris and Slayton. Probably give them a breather as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Look at Morrow. She's got good position, but she loses the ball. Stolen out of
travel.
Pickpocketed out of her possession by Unique McKinney, but then McKinney takes an extra step, and she loses the ball via turnover.
Morrows probably didn't like her positioning, but she's 6'4", and she has Randall. I mean, she has a bigger body than the players. You gotta go up. You gotta force a call or miss the shot and get the offensive rebound. Can't pass out of that situation.
Randall, 6'2". So we got a foul right here, and going to the line will be number 10, Kaylin Nash. But, yeah, you talk about that matchup that had Randall going up against Morrows. And, I mean, Morrows has the bigger body, but Randall is easily the more athletic out of the two.
It might be like a Tim Duncan Garden Shaq type situation.
I totally can see that.
And it's like, yeah, Tim Duncan's, at this point in his career, going to be better than Shaq. But you always want Shaq to at least try.
Correct. Absolutely.
I guess we're talking about 2006, 2007, 8, 9, those years.
Mid-2000 range.
I'm glad you knew what I meant.
Oh, no, I know exactly what you meant, man. And here's Sedaria Ashley scoring on the bucket right here, 55-34. And here's a steal by Greer. Miles has numbers. Greer tries to get it over to Finkley, and that's going to be a turnover.
Right now, Miles has the right idea to keep pushing it, but once you push it, you have to make sure that you're smart as you get close to the basket.
Got a quick whistle right here. Checking out of the game will be Randall. Coming back into the game will be Madison Lee.
Since it was a dead ball, they wanted to allow for substitutions as Madison Lee and Amani Williams check in. The more, I would say, like I said, it's always been an athletic front court for Miles. I think this is the quicker version of that athletic front court.
I will agree with you on that. We're bringing the ball up court now is Naomi Shorts, and her ball will be deflected and stolen by Finkley, and Finkley will score easily with the layup.
I'm interested to see this matchup down low if they can get the ball to Morrows.
Morrows being guarded inside by Madison Lee, and Madison Lee comes up with the steal. Miles with numbers once again. Here's Imani Williams. A shot does not fall. Greer comes up with the rebound, and she'll be fouled on head to the free throw line. Man, I'm just thinking about that reference that you were made about, when Tim Duncan used to guard Shaq. Also, don't forget, if you go a few years prior to it, before Tim Duncan was guarding Shaq, you had David Robinson guarding Shaq as well. And, I mean, the Admiral, while he was not as big as Shaq width-wise, he was a jack dude.
Yeah, I was going to say the only reason I didn't use the David Robinson comparison is because when David Robinson was guarding Shaq was, he's always been big and strong.
Right, he was at his best at that point.
He wasn't like just really, really big. He was. I don't know how to say it without it sounding disrespectful. He wasn't in his best shape, but he was still big.
You know what's funny is that, I've read some things about Shaq that he said, and over his career, he says, maybe there might have been 3 seasons that he actually came into the year in shape, but still was a dominant force each and every year. So just imagine what he would have been like if he was actually in shape coming into certain years.
Could you imagine had he had the work ethic of any, like of Kobe or MJ or even LeBron?
Hakeem Olajuwon, or Patrick Ewing.
The NBA should be blessed that he didn't have that work ethic because, whoever team he was on, they would have never lost.
Basically, especially in a post-Michael Jordan era.
Could you imagine if he kept his that same body from when he first got to L.A. for the majority of his career? A lot of people like the Shaq Magic body, but I think he was a little too small as those first years of 96 through 2001 Shaq. Oh yeah, that's money.
Here's Finkley with the runner off the mark. Here's a rebound though by Unique McKinney, and she scores. 61-34 is your score, and that'll probably be the last shot of the third quarter, and it is. The Miles College Lady Golden Bears out way in front of the Lady Marauders. Your score 61-34 as we get ready to go into the fourth quarter. We've got a break, so we're going to take it with them. You're watching SIAC basketball on HBCU League Pass Plus.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
And welcome back to Fairfield, Alabama for fourth quarter action between the Lady Golden Bears of Miles and the Lady Marauders of Central State. Smoke Carter and his Nick Finch on the call. Lady Golden Bears out well in front, 61-34, something we've seen them pull off many times. And here's a good shot that is connected by Naomi Shorts, and she's able to get the three-point play coming up.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where she was fouled, but it didn't affect the shot, but she still drew the contact, so she gets the chance for a three-point play.
Here's Shorts. Three-point play is completed. 61-37 is your score. Miles still out on top. Greer breaks the press. She'll throw it up to Madison Lee, who'll throw it up to Imani Williams. Williams will finish at the rim with the bucket. 65-37.
I was going to say the speed advantage has allowed for Miles to have four players in double figures. You know, we already had Harrison Lee, but Ashley and McKinney have since joined in double figures. Oh, no.
And we got a tie up, and we had two Miles Lady Golden Bears fighting for the ball at the same time. Greer hit the deck, not as hard as we may have originally thought it was.
Well, Lee hit the deck first, and then kind of had Morrows kind of fall on her a little bit. And I thought the way she kind of held her hip afterwards, I was like, oh no.
Gotcha. So our score is 65-37, and is now 67-37.
Central wants to keep a center in this game, but I think they're going to have to realize it's just not going to work.
Here's Peterson with the rock, being guarded by Greer. Hardy thought about a three-pointer. Her shot will be blocked by Imani Williams. Back into the hands of Peterson. Peterson's got 12 seconds on the shot clock, and Peterson scores. Have not seen much from Abigail Peterson this evening, but she's trying to make the most of it. Here's Greer, thought about a three instead. She will kick it out to Nariah Slayton for three in the corner, and it's good. Downtown Fairfield is cooking up now with three-pointers.
And they're doing it with speed and athleticism. You have to wonder how long Central will keep a center in the game. 10-second violation.
10-second violation.
They're not going to stick with the center and power forward, but I'm not here to question decision-making by coaches, but I don't know if the reason you're getting beat is with athleticism and speed, then why keep either center in this game? You could match up with a smaller, more athletic player.
I mean, your points are valid. And Maya Harris will check back into the game. Harris putting the moves on Peterson, and we got a foul on the floor. Peterson kind of had no choice but to grab her because she had already let Harris blow by her.
Right. It's kind of fun just looking at the off-ball movement here for these Golden Bears. Look at that.
Nice pass inside to Amani Williams from Harris.
Amani Williams got, I believe that's her 6th point this quarter.
70-39 is the score, and the ball is tipped out of the hands of Morrows. Okay, so we got a slight confusion going on. The live stats say 72-39. The scoreboard says 70-39. So as Morrows misses, ball is knocked away by Unique McKinney, will remain with Central State.
I'm gonna go with what AA says. He says 72-39. It's 72-39.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that one too. looking at our stat guy on the scoreboard for the digital block.
Roy has 72. It's 72.
Here's Amani Williams, and she throws the ball away into the hands of a member of Phi Beta Sigma. I told y'all it's Greek night. Greeks are all over the place tonight, everybody. And here's a stolen ball by Amaya Harris.
Yeah, we have the college's Delta Sigma Theta chapter is basically sitting right behind us.
Yes, they are. And here's a steal by Unique McKinney. One-on-one situation. McKinney throws it over to Slayton, and Slayton will score the easy bucket. That gets her teammates up and off the bench. 74-41.
Slayton's one bucket away from having 5 players in double figures.
Long rebound goes to Lady Marauders. Peterson will take a 3. Her shot off the mark. Rebound goes to Harris. Harris with the baseball pass up the court to Unique McKinney. She makes a good save over to Slayton, back into the hands of Harris. We've seen Harris pull that baseball pass, football pass, whatever you want to call, many times.
A pass that I couldn't make if I wanted to. That's what I'll call it.
She probably played powder puff in high school at some point. Harris with a 3-point attempt, off the mark. Rebound goes to Peterson.
Harris makes that sidestep move so smoothly.
Here's the pull-up jumper. Air ball by number 33, Naomi Shorts. We've got a mass substitution coming in now. Several players for both teams coming in.
And to see, right now 4 players sitting in double figures. I wondered if Slayton was going to stay on the court, or if Coach Asman is going to give her the opportunity to get to 11 points. She's sitting at 9 right now.
And we talked about this earlier. Madison Lee, 12 points, 10 rebounds. She's got a double-double, as Kaylin Lash will miss the shot, gets the rebound, and she will score on the putback. Here's Harris, gets trapped. Ball is stolen by Lola Chambers. Chambers will pull up from the free throw line and scores.
Smooth. That was a nice pull-up by Chambers.
74-45. And here's another steal right here. Goes in the hands of Peterson. Peterson's shot off the mark. And there's another rebound by Madison Lee. Her 11th of the night. She's got 12 points and 11 boards. She joins for Leah Greer with double-digit boards. Speaking of Greer, Greer finds a wide open to Daria Ashley, who scores right here, 76-45.
76-45, big-time lead here from Miles. Just can't play sloppy here down the stretch. I mean, there's a lot of starters here that are making these turnovers. You don't want to see that from your starting unit late in the game.
Not at all. Here's a shot attempt. It goes up by the Lady Marauders. It's off the mark. Peterson will pull up from a deep 3-point range and connects. 74-48 is your score.
Look at Madison Lee using the speed and athleticism. Got hit on the leg. Hey, you don't sell it like that. She sold. Shawn Michaels would have been upset with the way that she sold that contact.
All right, we got a timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them. 76-48 is your score. Miles on top. We'll be right back on HBCU League Pass Plus.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal.
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, trying to get down.
And welcome back, everyone. You're taking a look at the huddle of the Miles College Lady Golden Bears. They're on top, 74-48. I know when we went to the break, we said it was 76-48, but during the break, the statistician and the live stat manager went over the books, and I'm guessing the live stat manager got a little stat happy, trigger happy, finger-wise.
I don't care. The book missed something.
So it is 74-48. That is your score as Madison Lee is at the free throw line. Here's our first free throw attempt. It is up, and it is good. Hey, look, as we mentioned, everyone, it is Greek night tonight here at the Knox Windham Gymnasium on the campus of Miles College. You may have heard the little Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated shout-outs just now behind us. Like I said, Greeks are all over the place this evening. We'll kind of talk a little bit more about that during the men's game. And here we go right here, and Falia Greer will score. And let's give a shout-out to Amaya Harris with the assist.
Watch out for Falia Greer. She's sitting at 9 points and 10 rebounds. I bet she'll be aggressive on the other end, looking for a double-double herself.
Absolutely. Here's Harris throwing it up to Tadaria Ashley. The hands goes off the hands of Tadaria Ashley, out of bounds. Ball will go over to the Lady Marauders.
You can see where each organization is sitting based on colors. It's so cool.
That is true, too. Hey, here's a three-point attempt by Peterson. It rims around, and it's good.
There is no confusion in this gym tonight. Nobody's wearing the alternate colors.
Good point. Hey, here is Greer, and Greer now has 11 points and 10 rebounds. So now Miles College has two young ladies with a double-double as a three-point attempt by Peterson off the mark. And, oh, man, Tadaria Ashley did not look up. She had not one but two teammates that were wide open in the front court. Here's Madison Lee, who was one of those teammates. Gets it over to Harris. Harris with about 3 minutes to go on the game clock, 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Comes off the screen. Here's Harris for three. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Randall. Randall goes up and under and scores.
I'm telling you, as this season goes along, as Randall gets more acclimated to this lineup, she's going to be a big factor for this team going forward. Mark my words, I'm telling you.
Speaking it into existence, my friend. I'm pretty sure Coach Pete Asman will be excited to see the maturation of her as well. 82-51 is our score.
Allegedly.
Here's Madison Lee. She will kick it out to number 11. That's Tamisha Staten. Staten shot well off the mark. Madison Lee comes up with the rebound. Staten will try another three off the mark again. Remember, she missed her first two three-pointers in the contest earlier this week, and then she knocked down a third.
Staten doesn't play often, so you better believe she's going to let them fly.
Correct. And remember, Staten is right down the road, like literally right down the road. Pleasant Grove, Alabama.
Might as well be a home game for her. I mean, it is technically. She goes here. That's a silly question.
I get what you're saying, man. And, you know, Pleasant Grove, you know, they rock purple and gold as well. So, you know, the colors are very familiar to her.
All right. And, you know, she played on the softball team. Now, softball team, Pleasant Grove share the same playing area, same stadium.
Here's Amaya Harris. Blows by a defender and scores easily. How many times have we said that tonight?
We'll say it until we're blue in the face because that's what she does. She's just really good at what she does. How many is she at now? 16 points?
She is at 16 points. Lola Chambers drives baseline. She will be fouled by Randall.
That effort by Chambers using the size and strength to get some separation from Randall. Draw contact, head to the free throw line.
All right, we got some substitutions coming in. It looks like Amaya Harris will take her final seat for the evening. Checking into the game now is Shamaria Gaines, 6'2" junior from out of Evans, Georgia.
Oh, man.
I tell you, sometimes, you know, the chance that these cheerleaders come up with, they're quite clever.
I love it. I mean, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, yes. Give me some more of that, please.
Here's Chambers, our first free throw attempt. It's up and it's good.
Well, Gaines had originally checked in, but I guess something was a miscommunication. She's back on the bench.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. She's talking to one of the trainers about something.
I don't want to speculate or anything.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And with the game being out of reach right now, it's not even something I want to even ask Coach Pete Asman to be honest with you. All right, so here's a shot right here. Kaylin Nash does score, making it 84-53. Here's Finkley, throws it up to Staten. Staten almost has the ball knocked away into the hands of Randall. We got a foul on the floor.
Randall kind of got that ball and just power passed it. Deshaunty Miller, who checked in over during that last break, drew the foul there. I say last break. When by break, I mean last trip to the line here, last dead ball.
Checking in the game now for for Central State is number 32, Melody Arnett, a 6'6" freshman from out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
So just when you thought the lineup couldn't get any taller.
Yeah, they bring in a 6'6" young lady. Here's Staten going for three. Off the arm, but rebound goes to Randall. She'll get it out to Staten. You know Staten's going to try to shoot it up again if she can. Eventually gets it over to Finkley, over to Madison Lee. Madison Lee will try a three. It's off the mark. Rebound, Randall. Randall's put back off the mark. Another rebound by Randall. She'll kick it out to Finkley. Finkley for three. It's off the mark. There's Randall again with another rebound. She is working those boards tonight.
Randall out here hustling. It's a hustle and bustle, baby. And that's something Cloud would say, hustle and bustle.
You know, every night she hustling, according to Rick Ross. Another popular song when I was in college.
Oh, you know, we could go hustle, but keep hustling, keep flowing.
Yeah, we could do that. Or we can do Cassidy featuring Mary J. Blige. Every day we hustling. I don't want to sing because I just don't want to mess up this broadcast. But
oh, hey, you know another cat. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I was just trying to, just say the lyrics of Mary J. We hustle.
I was singing. Don't be scared.
And I think she was like, every,
There you go.
You can't knock the hustle, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the remix off That was the remix of the Cassidy song.
I had no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know.
All right, so into the game now is Shamaria Gaines. She does attempt a shot underneath the goal. It hits the bottom of the backboard, actually. And the ball will go over to Central State. Coming up at the conclusion of this game, which is about 35 seconds game time-wise, we will hear from Coach Pete Asman as his team will improve to 11-5 on the season, 7-3 in SIAC West play. And coming up next, man, they've got a doozy. They'll head down to Tuskegee for a huge rivalry game in which it'll be the #1 team in the SIAC West, which is Tuskegee, who's actually undefeated right now in conference play, going up against Miles, who's on their way to their 8th win in conference play.
Man, you're not kidding talking about Tuskegee. That's going to be a tough game for the Golden Bears.
Absolutely. Nobody has been able to derail the Lady Golden Tigers. Can Miles be the first team? We'll find out on Saturday. And then here's the most interesting thing. On the 28th, those two teams will be right back here inside of the Knox Windham Gymnasium for a game that, if you think this game is packed, you ain't seen nothing until you see those two teams come together. And it's also a part of the Alumni Week celebration that Miles will also have. Go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't that Super BCSN weekend?
It is Super BCSN weekend as the final buzzer goes off. And your final score, Miles 86, the Lady Marauders of Central State 55. We're going to take a quick break right here on HBCU League Pass Plus. When we return, we'll talk to Coach Pete Asman. Stay tuned, everyone.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal?
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from Finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado. With a sophisticated high-tech interior,
Open the door.
it's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck.
It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Back to SIAC basketball here inside the Knox Windham Gymnasium, where the Lady Golden Bears of Miles were victorious once again by a final of 86-55. We're here with head coach Pete Asman. Coach, as always, congratulations on getting the victory. We'll jump straight into it. My broadcast partner, Nick Finch, and I definitely noticed a change with your team in that late part of the second quarter, and that really seemed to be the time where you guys were able to pick up the momentum and really take control of that game.
Not playing with a whole bunch of energy.
I ended up subbing a group of girls out that kind of just came out and just played with a bunch of energy and a bunch of passion. And I really thought that was the reason why we got going.
Another thing we take a look at, probably the play of that first half. Amaya Harris right here, the crossover, the step back, the three-pointer, and the foul to basically make a 4-point play as we went into the locker room. How big was that for your team as you went into the locker room at the half?
It was extremely big because Central State is a really good team. And throughout that first half, we were really going back and forth. I really thought that was a momentum swing to kind of switch the game around a little bit going into the half.
All right, taking a look at the stats right now, Coach, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures tonight. Those players, Falia Greer, of course, Amaya Harris, Imani Williams, Unique McKinney, and Madison Lee. Lee and Greer both had double-doubles. So just talk about how important it is to get that many people in double figures.
I try to preach in practice all the time to make sure we're sharing the ball and making the right plays. And tonight, these young ladies, they step out and they made the right plays. And a point of emphasis as well was on rebounding. And they took on that challenge and they accomplished the goals.
When you kind of take a look at tonight's game, obviously you won on Monday, but did you like the improvements that your team made from Monday to Wednesday?
I definitely seen a lot of improvement from my team. Like I said last game, we took a couple losses that we felt like we really shouldn't have done. Just came out flat, didn't play with the right type of energy. And I just spoke with my young ladies about just respecting the game and having the opportunity to play. And everybody don't have this type of opportunity. And from then on, we pretty much been rocking and rolling.
Okay, and just on a final note, so you got a few more days, and then on Saturday you're going to take a trip down to Tuskegee, Alabama to take on the Lady Golden Tigers, the team that's sitting in first place in the division. They're undefeated so far, but you got a few days to prepare for them. So what's going to be the mindset, and what's going to be the preparation to try to take down a big arch rival of this squad as well?
Tuskegee is a really good team. They actually won the West last year. They're playing extremely well right now. Like I said, we're just going to put our heads together as a coaching staff, put in a really good game plan, and these young ladies come out and continue to execute the way they've been doing. I think we'll give ourselves a chance to win that game. All
right, everyone, that's Coach Pete Asman, the head coach of the Lady Golden Bears. Once again, his squad was victorious tonight by a final of 86-55 here inside the Knox Windham Gymnasium. That'll wrap it up for our women's college basketball coverage on this evening, but stay tuned on BCSN and also on BCSN and also on HBCU League Pass Plus. We got the men coming up in just a short amount of time. We'll be.
Actually,
well, hold on.
Yeah, before we get out of here.
What you got? Hold on.
I just wanted to look over some stats real fast. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear anything. We had 5 players. We talked about it in double figures tonight. Tremendous effort for Imani Harris, finishing with 16 points. 6 assists, 4 steals, 5 rebounds. She was the leading scorer for everybody. Madison Lee, 14 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double. Tadaria Ashley, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. Falia Greer with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Stat stuffers from everybody. Unique McKinney, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Just a tremendous effort from everybody involved tonight. And one place you want to look at, turnovers. Central had 30. Miles College had 22. Points off turnovers go 29-21 in favor of Miles College. So Miles College able to handle the transition well.
All right, that is Nick Vince with the final breakdown of the stats. That'll wrap up our women's college basketball action. Stay tuned. We've got men's college basketball coming up between these same 2 teams. You don't want to miss it right here on HBCU League Pass Plus.